50 million views. Who cares? You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
Hey, guys. Welcome into Out of Nowhere. Sorry for the late start, but XSplit was a fucking maniac. There was an XSplit up. This always happens on Out of Nowhere. There was an XSplit update. There was a Skype update then because of the XSplit update for me at least. And yeah, that was probably a 35-minute update that just didn't need to happen. And so because of that, I don't have any of my screens that I wanted loaded. I had all these other things I was going to do tonight, and I couldn't do any of them because I started this an hour early to get all this done, and then it didn't work out. But we're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. Eventually, the YouTube show is going to end, and we're going to be only live on Twitch. So make sure you guys jump over onto Twitch right now if you can. We'll be going back to YouTube eventually on Out of Nowhere, but just for the next 2 to 3 weeks while we push. Well, I take that back. Once we can go live on Joe Cronin Show again, we're going to do a return show over there, but you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just trying to really get that partnership on Twitch. So if you guys like Twitch, jump over there and do the Twitch deal. Twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS. But if you just can't stand it for some reason and you want to stay on YouTube, then go ahead and stay on YouTube as well. But pretty cool updates for XSplit, though. I will say the update was cool because, I don't know, they're cool updates. I'm happy with them, but I'm just whatever. Donations are on. You guys can do that tonight. We got a few things coming up. King Thunder resubbing on Twitch for the 3rd month. Thank you, King Thunder. And I am here with Jake DeMarco and Connor from Kayfabe. What's up, guys?
Ooh, I get the echo. That's awesome.
Yeah, you do. 2 Sweet Pocket Aces also subscribed as we started the show, so thank you, Pocket Aces.
I'm going to play that, by the way. It did alert me on that. 2 Sweet. So we'll hit you up for that. Also want to give a shout-out to, well, let me make sure that there hasn't been any new ones. Obviously, you guys are the ones that keep the show going, my show going, and all the shows. But I want to shout out to Dolphin on High, who just became a $5 patron. And we got a lot of fucking pledges going on here. We got Christopher Dupuis, Brendan Parker, Gorilla Strong, Rachel, all pledging $5 a month on Patreon. Thank you guys for that. And anyway, the first thing I wanted to talk about is we haven't heard from you, Connor, last week, and now that it's actually happened, the broken thing. I know that you've talked about this on your channel on YouTube a lot, on youtube.com/OKFaber. But what do you think's going on here? Because my thing is, that I liked what they did the other night. Did you like what they did on Raw?
Yeah, well, I was kind of... I think a lot of us were watching the clock because we were like, okay, main event's coming up.
Yep, it's over.
We didn't think we weren't going to see shit. Because
did you see Matt? Did you see Matt's tweet? He tweeted out like something about patience.
Yes. I saw that. I'm like, maybe. And then literally they're like, coming up next, we're going to take a look at broken. Because I thought it was going to do like a recap of what happened. Because you know how sometimes we're going to take an in-depth look. It's like you're just going to show the same shit you just saw last week. You're not going to show us anything fucking new. Yeah. So I was like, okay. But then when they like the Bray Wyatt thing, I'm like, okay, where's this going? And as soon as we saw like the first cut and he saw him like laughing and then like the weird, like, I don't even know what the fuck it's called, the setup that he has, the jacket.
Oh, that vest thing that big.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit.
He gave me the link to that place because when I saw him I was like, man, those things are crazy. And he gave us the link, I remember, to the people that make those.
Yeah, because they had knockoff ones coming, but he wanted to promote the actual place that made it.
How much did those go for?
I think it was like $500.
Yeah.
Well, fucking Flair's robes, like there's replicas of those that go for like over 1,500, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw it, I was like, they're fucking doing this. They're actually gonna do this. And then I'm sure you probably heard this too, both of you guys, that Vince apparently is like really happy. He's like, "Go, Matt, do your thing." I'm like, this is shocking that they're actually like just letting him finally fucking do this thing.
Yeah, because even Dave Meltzer recently on his podcast said like, you know how Vince is with other people's gimmicks and stuff, and he's still like running that. Like Meltzer's still speculating on that, like, oh, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be like, it's going to be like he gets to do it, but then he loses in the ring. And he gave an example now, and I listened to his whole podcast earlier. Now I can't remember the example he gave. But it was a great example of somebody. Oh, Goldust. He said, like, oh, it's like Goldust. He comes out with those promos. But then he comes out there and just gets his ass kicked and that's over. But I don't think there's no way in their right mind.
I don't think that's going to happen at all. I mean, Justin Barrasso from Sports Illustrated said that a contact within WWE reached out to inform SI that Hardy will be allowed a creative license by McMahon directly. Vince also sees opportunity within Hardy and the opportunity to cash in on a character that is already established. So he sees big bucks coming from Matt on this one, which fucking duh. No.
I mean, we've been screaming this. We've been screaming this. I mean, I can remember ranting last year and saying like, oh my God, if he could just unleash this in the WWE, he would become the biggest superstar in wrestling.
Especially with their, financial backing. I mean, we saw what the Hardys did with their own money with the Final Deletion. My God, imagine with, WWE pumping its funds into it. They have their own studio space, with WWE Studios where they create movies. They have their own lots, their own, anything and everything. They have their own CGI team and production team. My God, they could make some outlandish and incredible movies essentially out of this.
Speaking of that, I think Matt just tweeted, it might have been today actually, I'm pretty sure it was today. He mentioned something along the lines of my something has infiltrated the lair of Wyatt. So maybe because Vanguard 1's Twitter's up again, and he was mentioning him a lot on Twitter. I think maybe that he has found a way to get into that. I think they did the best character with Bray, because realistically that's what everybody wanted to see. That's like the dream scenario of Broken Matt versus Bray Wyatt, and I don't know. It's just kind of more shocking because how many fucking months have we been talking about this since Mania, right?
Yeah, well, before Mania. Really. I mean, since last year with TNA when they started, but realistically, since Mania. Matt said, thank the 7 deities that Vanguard 1 was able to successfully hack into Bray Wyatt's fallacies.
That's it. That's what it is.
Marveloso.
Yeah.
Imagine they did vignette things like that too, where like Vanguard 1 was flying to like Sister Abigail's thing, like. And it was like trolling him.
I think they're going to have these kind of things. I think it's going to happen. That's what I'm excited about.
I'm surprised that they went with Wyatt right away, though, because it seemed like that was like what you would build to, but they were just like, nope, go right at it. And the other thing Dave Meltzer said was like, oh, I'm worried because, everybody that works with Bray Wyatt, it all seems to go to hell. It doesn't work out for anybody.
Especially Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, well, but this could be the first time it does work out, maybe,
I mean, it's such an over-the-top character and such an over-the-top gimmick. Like, realistically, I think Vince probably was gauging the reaction that first night. And if you go back, because I watched the video a bunch of times, you go back and listen to the audience caught on instantly. They knew exactly what was going on. It's a different age now. Like, back in the day when like guys would jump ship to WCW or WWE or even like the early 2000s, you weren't really sure how a gimmick was going to get over. But now with like the internet and obviously TNA obviously being well known and pretty much the broken gimmick being the best thing that came out of there the last 5 years, it's so huge and so, over for lack of but that it can very easily get over outside of WWE. It's like how the Bullet Club was able to get so big. So it's such a different landscape to see.
Yeah, they're able to transcend.
Right. So to have like it's one of those things where I think before Vince was like, I don't know if this is going to be the same. We're going to get over the same. But as soon as he came on and as soon as that first cutaway, the crowd went maybe not huge nuts, but had enough of a reaction where it's like, yeah, they're going to let this thing go. I'm just really more surprised that Vince is just letting creative licensing, not that I'm complaining, but just shocked they're doing this. This is not really something you hear Vince doing.
Yeah, but they, haven't they kind of in a way done a lot of this recently? Like, I know that the weird thing is what they seem to do though is they seem to surprise us that they're going to do something, but then never fully commit to it. Like, oh my God, they're going to call up all the women and they're going to have women like make they're going to have 2 women's titles. They're going to make the women have this women's revolution. Wow. But the women's wrestling really hasn't done that much, even though that's all the hype they gave us. Oh, they're going to go out and get Finn Balor and all these things, and he's going to come up, and Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be on the main roster now. And all these things always, they happen, but they don't really happen. You know what I mean? So it's like skepticism here, like, okay, well.
Of course.
But I mean, the difference is Matt Hardy has, like, pull with the company, like, what I mean, they went out, they knew what they were doing, they know about what he did, so I just can't believe that they would let this thing fade away, what I mean, and become obsolete or whatever.
It's funny because I think there was some show or some podcast where they mentioned like hey, did people see Final Deletion? And there was a good group of WWE superstars who were watching Final Deletion when it happened. So if you're over
they were all in the locker room. Jericho had people.
Yeah.
They were getting TVs out, and he was like, "You've got to see this. You've got to see this." And he was
Right.
showing it to people. And they were in Japan, I think, right? Like Beast in the East or something.
Something, yeah.
Wasn't
some
that the
show
story? I think they were over. I know they were overseas. It might have been the Beast in the East show, something like that.
Yeah, I want to say it was
Jericho had a viewing party, and they were like, "Oh, you've got to come see this." And then he would bring in the next batch because they were watching it on his laptop, and they would watch it like group by group, one by one.
So, I mean, I think Vince has to understand that power, if nothing else. Like, yeah, there definitely is skepticism. No fucking doubt, because so many things in WWE that you thought were going to be these huge, extravagant, amazing things. Oh, my God. Like, I completely agree with what Joe's saying. But at the same time, if Vince if Vince is smart enough, and I say that with biggest air quotes possible, if he's smart enough to understand, hey, this shit is over, let's try to get that onto our content platform as much as possible, because that's going to draw people back.
I also think that Vince would say something like, well, let's do it, but let's do it better. You know, like that type of...
That's pretty much exactly the thought process I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah, like that. I mean, I could see Vince saying like, yeah, you know, what you did over there is pretty cool, pretty amazing. Everybody talked about it, but let's really do it. You know, let's really, you know, that's the way that Vince thinks, and that's the way that, you know, Matt Hardy would pitch it, because that's how Matt was speaking. You know what I mean? When I saw him in person, when he was on social media, you could tell Matt Hardy was speaking like, man, wait till we can really do this. Like, I still have DMs from him. Well, I don't have many more because my old Twitter account's gone, but my DMs from him were like, dude, wait till you see what we can do in WWE and what we do in WWE. He's like, it is on now. Like he that was his mindset. So he had to have had a conversation about this early on. And, you know, I should have brought this up a while ago now that I think about it. But, you know, that was kind of a hint right there. Like, wait till you see what we can do now. Like, now it's really on. You know, so that was his mindset going in right after WrestleMania. So and his mindset at WrestleCon, like, wait till you see what we do next and stuff. And it wasn't like, oh, we're gonna be at WrestleMania, that will surprise you. It was like this gimmick, like, this thing.
He was genuinely excited to entertain. He just wanted to create content for people to enjoy. That's what it all came down to.
You know, it'd be awesome.
And he like reinvigorated himself with this gimmick. I think they were like on their way out, honestly, until this happened. Because you could see he was miserable. Neither Hardy looked interested in anything that they were doing up until the broken gimmick happened. So,
hey, Glorious Eugene just said tickets for 205 Live in Rhode Island are $5.
Yeah.
Why are they doing that?
So, Joe, they're doing Lowell too.
I saw that. I was like, well, you know, maybe, but like, why do I want to go see Nia Jax referee an Enzo Amore match against Kalisto?
I don't know. Well, I don't want to see that. I want to see the undercard of the cruiserweights just tear it up on a house show. That's what I want to see.
That's the thing. It'd be great to see, you know, because a lot of those guys are extremely impressive, but it's just, I don't know. Talk about undervaluing them, and it's really a hard sell at this point, because they haven't done enough to push them as their own brand.
What? How much?
$105 gets you front row ringside.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shit, I'd go to that.
It would be great for the wrestling content. I mean, the guys put on outstanding matches.
That's my point. Is that, you know, especially in
they're essentially trying to run like indie shows, like little indie shows.
Yeah, yeah.
But what's weird is like with them saying like, oh, you know, Starrcade, we're not going to make any money if we tape it and film it and we do all these things. How are they making money off something like this?
I don't know.
They're not. That's why they're only doing 3 shows. They're spotting them, and they're just kind of doing them in like test markets.
But why?
Merchandising.
Is that what it is?
That's what they make money off of, merchandising.
I don't know if you remember.
Don't you think it's a sample though? Don't you think it is? It's just a test. Like, let's see what happens with this.
Absolutely. Because I don't know if you remember this, Joe, because I distinctly remember this. Remember when they relaunched ECW in 2006?
Yeah.
They had ECW do their own house shows, and then they combined them with SmackDowns. So they wanted to see how ECW did on its own first, and then since it didn't, remember?
Dude, I do remember that, but you know what? 205 Live is running in Kingston, Rhode Island.
I'm not saying it's gonna be any better. I'm just saying that's their fucking. I think that's their thought process.
Mindset. Yeah. Sadly, I mean it was never a worry or question about the wrestling or their abilities. We knew that they were going to be fucking fantastic and just go out there and kill it, give us great matches, you know, time and time again. But there has been not one real decent or interesting story that developed the entire time the cruiserweight division has been active. This current iteration of it.
No.
The most I could say is maybe Neville and Austin Aries was decent for a little bit, but even that was not great. There really hasn't been anything worthwhile or worth mentioning, and that's the problem. People, they like the other night on Monday Night Raw, the cruiserweights match was good. It was a really good match. Had some phenomenal spots, and Mustafa Ali damn near killed himself going off the top rope.
Yeah.
But there was no investment. We didn't give a shit who won the match because you didn't care about any of the participants.
Right, but that's why I kind of want to go to see this show, because what exactly are they going to put on? It's either going to be a shit.
Are they really going to kill themselves?
It's either going to be a shit show, or they're going to do some insane, crazy crap that's going to be really interesting to see.
They might do something that's so next level for the cruiserweight division, in the sense that it'll trend on Twitter, it'll go wild on Reddit, and people will be like, oh, this is the next must-see thing. That's the only thing I can envision them attempting to do, is generate buzz with a small test set of shows.
I just want to yell.
What else would be the reason?
I just want to heckle Grand Metalik. That's the only reason why I want to go. No, but let me play some of these donations here. We'll take a quick second to see what you guys have been saying, and here we go. Let me go back and get that first sub here. Who was it? Oh yeah, Too Sweet. Let me just replay that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to play them in 1 second. I'm going to go fix something real quick, and you guys can keep talking. I'll be right there. We'll play your donations in just about 4 minutes. I'll play these donations, guys. But you know what? The tickets go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m.
I got the pre-sale code.
Oh, send it to me.
You got it.
What is it? What is it, 205?
Probably.
No, it's
Enzo.
It's 103. It's Zotrain.
Zotrain.
Oh God.
Is it really?
I mean, no. I genuinely want to go to the show just because it's like SmackDown, Raw, pay-per-view. But 205, it's like you're taking, like, for all intents and purposes, you're taking the fucking bottom of the barrel, and I'm like,
yeah, it's a risk.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna like it's either gonna be a shit show, or it's gonna be just absolute craziness and insanity? And there's only 3 shows, so that's why I'm like, this could go either way.
I think it'll be something worth watching, honestly. I mean, when Joe and I went to SmackDown last together in Uncasville at the casino, the best match of the night was Neville and who was it? Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, that was awesome.
They put on a clinic, an absolute classic, and there was barely anybody left in the crowd at that point.
Jake, one of the other SmackDowns, I don't remember the one after that or before that when I was there myself. I don't remember which one it was. But Grand Metalik and Mustafa Ali,
it was the one you and me were at.
Was that the one? Whatever. Remember Grand Metalik? Who would he wrestle?
I think it was Noam Dar, because he bounced. He came up off the rope. He like bounced once, then twice, and then did a moonsault.
Yeah.
Like he was in the. Yeah. I'm like, fucking nuts, man.
There was a guy next to me, and he was like a 48-year-old guy, and he was weird, and he was like, "Who are these guys? This is weird, man. I want to go home, honey." He's like, let's just stay, and he was like loud the whole time, and he's in the front row next to me.
Yeah, that was Manchester. I remember that.
That happens, and then the guy literally said something like. He's like, "Oh fuck, this is fucking sick!" Like, and he was like, "Fucking," it was crazy.
Yeah, because the night we went, the crowd was the only thing they popped for pretty much all night. Well, the only thing they gave us to pop for was when Shane and AJ were fighting each other at that point.
I thought they popped for the Usos too against Alpha, which is weird.
They got loud for the Usos again, and then besides that was it. And then once we had this cruiserweight match, you got a "This is awesome" chant. You got people really reinvigorated into wrestling. So.
You probably bring some local guys too, because they're gonna fucking have like probably Oni and Biff Busick and whatnot up near our area.
They'll probably pick up locals, and they might even be testing out their contract signings, their OVW style people, the ones that they have down at the Performance Center.
Yeah, that actually just popped in my head. I'm assuming you guys didn't catch NXT this week. Tonight?
I didn't yet, but I know what happened. I got the news.
But there's one thing that I completely forgot to mention this on my review. There was another like little mini promo video for a new person coming in. Yeah, and I think it's Rockstar Spud.
Do you see? I thought it was
a Spade thing.
Yeah, Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades.
I mean, it looked like a guy, but
I don't know.
Hard to say. But I think it might have been. I think it was Rockstar Spud.
It very well could be. I immediately I only saw the image of the Soon. I didn't see the person walking up. So when I saw that on Twitter, I'm like, oh, I saw the Spades, and I was like, oh, but that makes sense with Spud too. I mean, it can go either which way, but I mean, they're both on their way up.
Right. If they bring in like guys like that, I'm sure they could probably pad enough people from NXT to really bolster these 205 Live shows. I mean, if you really give them free fucking reign and just let them go, you could have some good stuff. But yeah, I mean, don't misunderstand me. I'm not there to clamor over, oh my God, we're going to see Enzo versus Kalisto with Nia Jax as ref. Shut up and take my money. No, I'll probably be in the parking lot ready to go. I don't want to see that, but...
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat, it's Shayna Baszler,
Oh, it is? Okay.
I really think so as well, because once I saw the Spades, she's the queen of spades, and they announced that Ronda Rousey today is like that much closer to signing. They're doing the finals of her contract.
That surprised me. I thought she was just doing a one-time deal, but apparently it's now a full-time.
No, she's doing a whole run.
Ooh, that could
wants to come back, The Rock apparently wants to do a few more dates himself, at least have one more match. We also have Sting saying that he wants to fight The Undertaker still, we're gearing up towards WrestleMania season. No, it's not going to happen, but we're gearing up towards WrestleMania season. So, all hands on deck for news and rumors at this point. But, I mean, it's certainly interesting, but I know the Ronda Rousey thing is absolutely confirmed.
Yeah,
so
no, I knew that.
That is a go for launch as far as that.
That's really interesting because you think they'll put her in NXT?
I don't think so. You know what?
At
first I said no, but now if Baszler's going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, they put them together as a team. Like, what do they mean?
Yeah, it would all kind of culminate in the 4 horsewomen versus the 4 horsewomen match.
They can't put Ronda. They can't put Ronda in NXT. And I mean that with all due respect to the NXT people because she's such a big name outside of WWE.
Oh, I mean, she's gigantic, but it could be a boost to bring eyes to NXT. I mean, I could play devil's advocate.
Put her in a takeover? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have her debut at a takeover. Even if she's just ringside for somebody, people are going to want to see what because she hasn't been seen really anywhere. She's had maybe 1 or 2 interviews. Everything's been sparse since she got her comeback loss. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, she got defeated the first time, she lost the title, and then she made her comeback and she lost again. We haven't seen her in ring, no action, no.
Right.
She's been pretty much dormant. She's popped up here or there, but it hasn't been, an abundant amount of appearances. So that would be a huge draw for WWE in general.
Well, it will be when she goes, but the more I think about it, I don't see her going to NXT. The main reason is because remember she was featured at WrestleMania too. So you're going to tell me like, what I mean, like going to feature her at WrestleMania 31 with The Rock and Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And then it's like, oh, you're in NXT. I mean, it sends a positive, it sends a message saying like everybody's going to come through there. But I just feel like because of her star power, they're not gonna keep her on NXT.
No, I think it'll be a very short stay if she was to go. I agree with you there.
Yeah.
But I could really see them doing something like that because I've said this for a while now. I don't see why they don't have people going into NXT every now and again. And I can understand the argument, well, you're taking away from the younger talent having matches, but wouldn't it also elevate them to work with some of the people on the main roster? Back in the early days of
started,
NXT, you had a lot of stars coming down and challenging, and then, like the Shield came back at one point, things like that. You have people that left NXT go back to NXT even, and they can even do like alumni versus the new guard. And
yeah, I was actually thinking about this because I think one of the reasons that NXT is really successful for numerous reasons, but one of them is something like it's an old territory booking style in terms of the people go up the ladder and then they graduate or they leave NXT. Yeah. So it's always fresh. No one's really, to the best of my knowledge, I think Tyler Breeze might be the only exception to this where there was never someone who was there long enough to be stale. Like they always had something they were doing, or they were always.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. Like once they started to wind down, they shipped them out. So
right, so they always move like they move like this. So it was always like NXT Championship or graduation. No one ever won. The only I mean you could argue Sami Zayn but he was only around to like do that match with Nakamura and then he was out. People like won the NXT title, carried the brand, and then they were off.
Yeah, they graduated, like you said. That's a great way to,
which is an old territory way. They used to do that in the territories where you'd work a territory, work the championship, and then you'd either go down the card or you would move out of the territory. So I think that's one of the reasons why NXT is so successful, because you see guys like Finn and Nakamura, and I was thinking about, I'm like, why the fuck are they still not over? Why aren't they getting the same success? It's like, well, they went to the top, and then they just kind of went down, and they're just kind of like floating around like turds in a punch bowl.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't get a chance to be built back up. How Joe feels about Nakamura is how I feel about Finn. Joe isn't crazy about, Finn Balor at his current state. And I'm not crazy about his current state either, but I'm a huge proponent of his. I really like Finn. And it's so disheartening. I put it this way. Last night I was miserable, so I didn't watch SmackDown. So I said before we started this, I'm like, let me watch SmackDown quick. And I went through it, and I literally watched 6 minutes.
I would have tried to save you to tell you don't watch that.
Yeah. I saw the title of your review, and I'm like, it was bad, but maybe Joe was just harsh on it. Let me see. What the fuck? My God. But Nakamura at the end coming out to save Randy Orton. Like, what does that do for him?
I went on a rant about that on my review. I said,
it's so misguided. It's such a lackluster attempt at getting him to be a face for no reason.
Why is he helping Orton?
Exactly.
I have no explanation.
Because they think
they benefit him at all.
They see it as like let's get Orton to help get Shinsuke over, but they're dumb because really what you need to get Shinsuke over is his character.
Exactly. Shinsuke and Finn and Bobby Roode did not need anyone else to get them over. Their entrances were enough. Then you give them a mic and you let the talent in the ring do the rest of the talking.
I was at Dallas for when Nakamura debuted, and the whole crowd was chanting "Holy shit" before he even got in the fucking ring, because his reputation in Japan carried over, and they showcased the importance of his reputation and why it's such a big fucking deal that he's coming to NXT, as opposed to him coming up to SmackDown like, oh yeah, by the way, he's NXT champion. The fuck?
Yeah,
you're not gonna like the mystique, the aura, the presence, the matches this guy's has, the reputation. Like, there's so many reasons aside from his ability and his character of why Nakamura coming to WWE and the push that he got in NXT alone is a huge fucking deal. Because let's face it, no one from Japan's ever gotten to the heights that he's had, at least at this point in time, if you really think about it. And you're just gonna gloss that over and like, oh yeah, you're just another babyface on SmackDown. Like, fucking God.
Yeah, he's getting lost, and it's like they're not putting any effort into it. But let me hit up these donations now. But yeah, they're just not putting enough effort into this bitch. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh shit,
heard that?
There's King Thunder. Oh, you heard that?
Yeah, we heard everything all night so far.
Oh, so maybe the update for Skype is working.
Yeah, when you said let's test this, it didn't work. Then we heard the intro song, so at least I did.
Holy shit! Maybe they fixed it. Oh my god! I mean, there's a bunch of new. There's all these audio updates to it, so maybe that's what did it. Maybe King Thunder subscribe.
It's a little softer, but I do hear it.
Okay.
By the way, Joe, I meant to mention, love the new background.
Thank you. Leah did it.
Very nice.
It took her
professional.
She told me every time someone says something, I have to say that Leah did it because
that sounds really familiar.
$20.
You don't like
man.
my light up butt plugs, Connor?
I do, but I like them inside. That way I can see what you ate for lunch.
Dick's out, says Mellow Yellow. What's up, Mellow Yellow? Yeah, Justin Bailey did get his Twitter banned again.
Yeah, it's now at Justin Bailey, I think, UI.
All because he just called someone a faggot. Because they superimposed something on his Twitter that that he was subscribed to, something he's not subscribed to. So he called the guy a fag. Then he got banned by the guy. Thank you, Glorious Eugene, for subscribing as well. So that just, it just shows you how fucking retarded people are and how gay as fuck Twitter is. Twitter can go fuck itself, dude. I can't wait for something else to come out. Like, what a joke. I mean, he's only one behind me. Now he just needs one more and he can tie me. I don't fucking know. I told him not to tweet that shit out. I told him, like, don't even tweet stuff. I'm like, don't even do it because it will go away. And he's like, whatever. So, all right. Well, you lost it now.
Jesus.
But he's pissed. But I'm like, wait till they IP ban you like they've done to me.
I could understand if you're threatening someone or harm, physical harm to their, a person or their family. But to say like, oh, you're a fag, oh, you're an asshole, it just. It baffles me that we're at that level.
Yep.
That's what everybody does. Online Persona says Broken Matt versus Transgender Bray, WrestleMania 34.
Sister Aberbray? I'd be up for that.
Could happen.
Yay,
I
Wyatt.
have a early morning. Good night, all. Joe is God and Jake is my spirit animal.
Oh, Mellow Yellow Man. Good night, bro. Thanks for the 100 bits. Thanks for stopping by. Probably already asleep by now because I played this a while ago. Well, no wonder you guys couldn't hear anything. My microphone volume was on the computer internally was down to like 40, so that's why nobody could hear anything. But you probably hear it a little bit better now. Although we're just waiting on the next one to play. If you guys want to donate, they'll pop up. I'll leave it on now since you guys can hear it. Oh, yeah.
We'll see when the next one pops up because now I don't hear anything.
Party.
Now we don't hear it.
Now you don't hear it?
I am
Oh, fucking
skeptical, but I hope it works. I don't trust Vince
I
anymore.
mean, at least they can see it.
I want to be #woken.
Gonna be woken. JP Baker 91. Thanks for the $5. Get woke. Get woke. Stay woke. It's like the new Mojo Raleigh, man.
Yeah. What was that bullshit?
I was fucking pumped for that, to be honest with you. I was getting sick of the hypros.
Yeah, that was my
totally
favorite.
honest with
for
you.
2 years.
But I was saying that on Twitter. I'm like, he has every reason to attack Zack Ryder. And then he literally did the promo and said exactly what I said why he would attack him. Like, see, he's not a heel. He's just pissed.
Yeah, he's
Using
mad.
a little bit of logic.
He's pulling a Gronk copied him.
Love the show.
Thank you, Pavey, for the 50 bits. 50 motherfucking bits.
Show me your bits.
Nibble on my bits.
Oh, droopy, saggy bits.
Canadian Basement's internet went down. What the fuck, man?
Damn it, Basement.
What do you have, Comcast? Oh, there's Two Sweet Pocket Aces with their sub. Thank you for subscribing to Twitch. We're live on twitch.tv/Joe Cronin Show and live on the Corrupted Podcast YouTube channel. And in about 10 days from now, we'll be able to be live again from my real channel, Joe Cronin Show. Yay! Rejoice! Yay!
Best Christmas present ever.
Is that a real belt on top of that Money in the Bank, or is that one of the kids' belts?
No, actually, you know what? That's the there's so much shit behind
Cracker Jack.
it. No, it's the they have like a toy one, but it's like bigger and like better material.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the $100 one.
Yeah, that's it. That's that one.
Yeah,
Not
I saw
bad,
that.
actually.
I was like, that's so cool because it looks like it's like replica of the size, but without, having to
Exactly.
pay fucking $300, $400.
I think they just did the women's, and I think they're coming with the Universal soon. I might say the Universal, but I don't know.
We got to
yet.
monetize this title coming here any day now.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be nuts,
Ooh.
man. We got to figure out the bracket system though. But I think we're gonna crown the first champion. Whenever it comes, if it comes tomorrow or if it comes next week, whatever monetize that this is coming up, we'll crown it that night. So whoever wins is gonna get the belt. And
Wait, you already ordered the belt's made and it's on its way?
Oh, it's already made. Yeah, it's already coming.
Ooh, I cannot wait to see that thing.
It's going to be awesome.
Breaking news right here. And so whoever wins the title that night, I'll monetize this. Just is going to be the champion there for at least. I think I'm thinking about doing 9 weeks. Every 9 weeks, we
Put the belt on the line.
Yeah, the 9 winners. You know what I mean? Like basically. I think that's what we're going to do. But you know what, Connor? That would be interesting if we didn't do that. If we didn't add up 9 weeks of champions, and instead we just said, the belt is on the line again in 30 days at that monetize this. So
Yeah.
a couple monetize this is off, and then
Yeah, every fourth monetize this.
But why would we do? But then it makes me think like, well, why would we do the point system then on the other weeks? Then you know what I mean?
Yeah,
kind of weird.
so we'll have to fine tune that.
Well, you're
Yeah,
not gonna do shit, Jay, because you ain't even fucking on the show. But I'm just
Hey, I told you I'd come on the other night. You were full up.
no, we were full up. Yeah, we were. I'll fill your ass up.
Whenever you need me, I told you I'll be there.
All right.
Remove
Well,
the light up blood plugs and you're good.
I messaged you. I said I'll bring my light up butt plugs. I
God.
try not to call when you have a full show because I don't like taking away from people that like to call in. You know?
Yeah, it's hard to get anybody even on anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll throw like
So-
a donation every once in a while just for support, but then it's too crowded sometimes. I'm like, I just like to sit back and listen and just watch the magic unfold.
Yeah, a lot of
Exactly.
people say that.
That's a lot of times why I didn't do the SmackDown show either because I talk so fucking much as is
Well-
on the Raw review. I like people to get their chance to speak their piece.
A lot of times we get to shout out the phone line more because it's like, you call and it's busy and you call and you're like, well, I don't want to keep calling and missing the show. So I'll just fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? So it'd be nice if we could have. I'm working on trying to get one of those. I might get a real phone line. I'm not sure yet, but I think I want to get a real phone line and a real patch system and patch it in the computer. Because when I looked at all the programs, there's like so many programs where it's like it picks up, puts you on hold, and you can hear the show.
Yeah,
right.
And
Like a radio show.
Yeah, just like a radio show, and then all the lines are blinking, and I can see. And then it's like, that's better because you can hear the show on your phone. But, I mean, I guess you could still hear on the laptop, too, so I don't fucking know what to do. But I don't know.
I've heard those are really cheap, actually.
Yeah, I don't think...
they're not that expensive.
With the software I was looking at, I was like, man, for $300, we could have a real sick system. I mean, but for $80, I mean, we could have... we could have that at least. So, I don't know. Speaking of calls, let's take a call.
Let's take some.
Let's take a call. 661, what's up?
Joe, I wanted to talk about the Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble. Yeah, let's talk about it.
I have two questions about it. Who do you think should enter at number 30, and who would your surprise entrance be?
Number 30. My surprise entrant would be CM Punk, but that ain't gonna happen. But
I wanted that to happen too. I was like, oh my god.
Number 30, Woken Matt Hardy. No, it's probably gonna be. I think Shinsuke is gonna win it. I mean,
that'd be amazing.
Shinsuke is my pick to win it, but I don't know. About like surprises this year might be bad. I don't know.
Imagine if Punk comes out at number 30, that Philly crowd's gonna pop.
Dude, I don't even know what I would do. That'd be nuts. But I don't know.
I think if he did 2 NXT guys, that would be a good surprise, like they did with Ty last year.
Yeah, who would come up though now? I mean, like, it's like a shell down there.
Yeah,
I would do Roderick Strong, and
yeah, but is anyone really gonna pop for him?
I'm not saying it would be a pop, but it would be just a surprise factor because they didn't put any legends in last year, right?
No, I don't think so.
I can't remember my name, so you're asking me for that's too far away. It's too long ago.
My number 30 would be Strowman, by the way, just because I'd really be interested to see, and that would get the person super over.
See, I would want Strowman to be number 1 and have him break Kane's elimination record this year.
Yeah, but remember he came in early last year and he got taken out early. I would rather wait.
That's what I don't want to happen. I'd love to see him just be fucking possessed madman. Aleister Black would be cool, but
yeah, that's true too. Well, I mean, they do that though. They pocket the Rumble where there's like a bunch of guys in there, then someone comes in and just fucking cleans house.
I would love to see. All right, I would love to see Aleister Black be number 1 with that entrance, because that would be an epic thing. Like for him to first guy, for like everyone to go dark and people would be like, "Who's the first entrant in the Royal Rumble?" And then fucking
it's risen up like a goddamn vampire.
Like, holy shit, dude, that would be sick. That crowd would go nuts. I mean, and he could last a long time before he got eliminated.
Ooh, that would be.
You think there's a chance that Daniel Bryan can enter the Rumble?
People keep saying that. I mean, you know what's going to be bad, guys? Here's what's going to be bad. The Rumble is cursed. The Rumble has been cursed ever since Daniel Bryan didn't win it either time he should have. So it really has been tainted. That the crowds have been angry at the Rumble because they wanted Daniel Bryan to win so bad, and then he didn't even show up the first time. Then the second time getting eliminated. That Rumble has been fucked up ever since Daniel Bryan didn't win it. So if people start this rumor and start thinking that Daniel Bryan's going to show up, oh my God, we're going to have another, like mob. Whoa, shit, Jesus. We're going to have another mob crowd attacking during the Rumble again. That Philly crowd.
Yeah, they'll hijack the show.
I mean, they're in Philly again. So does the WWE get it yet? Do they get yet what the Philly fans want? I mean, they kind of did it a little better last year, but I mean, do they get it? They must get it, right? We're in Philly again. The Roman Reigns got booed. They booed The Rock. If Shinsuke Nakamura,
you're giving him too much credit.
Maybe they're going to be like, you know what? Just give these guys their thing because fuck it, give them Shinsuke. It's the best case scenario.
I think if Styles is going to keep the belt, which as far as I know, he's not dropping it anytime soon. I think that would make the most sense, especially in Philly.
Yeah, the Rumble's after Wrestle Kingdom, so I would like to see Kenny Omega.
By the way, if anybody wants to go after anybody, these are the people involved in the tweet for Justin Bailey. whoever these people are clearly the people that I mean, it's not EA Madden. I mean, I tweeted them originally, but obviously this guy is the guy. So if anybody wants to try to get somebody's IP perma ban, that's the guy right there. Obviously, so go for it, because Bailey's Bailey's not happy, but
such bullshit.
What was I gonna
Joe,
say?
sidebar really quick. You want to hear a quick little story? I went to go pick up dinner on Friday night, and I go into the pizza place, and they had this really cool light up snowman there, and I was like, oh, I like the snowman. And the place is a real small establishment. It only has 3 tables, but they do a lot of takeout. And the lady was sitting with her friend over far left table, so that 1, 2, 3 looks like a triangle. The table furthest away, and I wasn't even that loud, but she immediately turned her head and she's like, "That's a snow woman." I shit you not, snow woman. There's nothing on this snowman. There's no characteristics. There's no lipstick. There's nothing. There's no snow boobs. There's no snow balls either. So, but I mean, it just is a goddamn snowman. Light up LED style snowman. And I was like, oh, and I kind of chuckled. And she's like, if you don't have the decency, you could at least say snow person. And she turned her head.
Where was this?
At the pizza place.
I would have said, "Where's?"
I was so baffled,
dude. I'm not even joking.
Taken aback.
when people say stuff like that, like, "Oh, it's a snow," and they're serious, I look at it. I would have looked at it. I'm not even kidding. I would have looked at it and said, "Well, where's the cunt?"
Well, this snow woman's a cunt,
like,
but
where's the tits?
Jesus.
I couldn't even say anything witty because I was so just taken off guard, because I thought she was kidding. She was like, "That's a snow woman," and I started to chuckle, and she's like, "Well, the least you could do is say snow person, then, sir." I was like,
"Oh,
is this for real?"
How did you know? She didn't have any snowballs. So.
I so want that to happen.
There was no snowballs. There was no snow cunt either. But there was nothing that identified this as male or female. There wasn't like a top hat and a pipe. It was just a fucking snowman.
There wasn't a frosted tip.
I probably would have made fun of whatever she looked like at that point. I don't know why. I'm horrible. I would have said I don't know.
Should have just taken the fucking.
She must have been ugly though. I guarantee
garlic.
This girl was ugly as shit, right?
Oh, absolutely.
What's that Carlin joke? People against abortion.
Yeah. Well, this chick is. I know she's ugly because these are the people. This is like the new thing with gross women who live alone with a cat, and they hate everybody, like that. But now they can come out of the woodwork because there's all this weird shit.
I was waiting for her to high five the female that she was sitting with, like she, stood up to male oppression.
Oh no.
Like that kind of, she looked so proud of herself, and I was just so dumbfounded. I wanted to whip my dick out and smack her with it, but I didn't know what to do.
You should have.
I would have done it with a snowman. I would have whipped my dick out and just beat the snowman.
I would have asked. I would have said, "What the hell's a snow person?" And then I would have said, "What the hell's a snow woman?"
Is it close to a snow cunt?
Does it have tits?
Exactly. There was no identifying features at all.
Can you dissect the anatomy of a snow person?
Exactly.
What if they have gender identity issues?
A snowman could be a woman snowman too. It doesn't even matter. The man is.
That's the thing that
the man isn't. It's not exactly like
male.
Yeah, I mean it is technically, but it's not like we don't use it in the way of it must be a man. A snowman could be a woman. It's and without calling it a snow woman. To me, we don't use the feminine and
it's
the
asexual. It's neutral.
Exactly.
It doesn't have a fucking gender.
You're personifying human characteristics.
Maybe you have to say snowman. You have to say snowman. Like if it's if you say snowman, then it's not right. Like snowman. No, snow. Don't say snowman. Say snowman. Snowman.
You should have shoved one of those garlic bread.
I'll
garlic knots up her twat and
change the name. Get rid of the A and just make O. So snowman. Like, hey, snowman.
Gotta catch 'em all.
What's going on there, snowman? Yo, I'm broken snowman Hardy. By the way, let me for the people that haven't seen it yet, I do have a little bit of a sneak peek of the Monetize This championship title. It's not the greatest thing, but it's beautiful. There it is. The Monetize This championship. That's a sneak peek.
I do love the middle plate.
Oh, in black and white. That's just a little preview.
I love the black.
I was gonna get a silver belt, but they were out of silver belts, so I took the gold.
Ooh.
I took the gold. Oh, it's so weird.
They didn't have interchanging side plates for everybody on the team.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
That'd be kind of cool. And then people could keep their plates. It's too bad.
Right. So like Ken would have a foul mouth one, JB would have his, and
imagine having to ship that to each other each week. Like every time you won, there's just one belt, and you just got to FedEx to the other guy.
That's
why
why
I'd be a little creeped out by Leah's if she had the freaking Fox thing that she has on her Skype. That thing just freaking creeps me out.
her old Fox was like cute. Now she has like a deranged looking Fox. It's weird.
It's been on crack for 3 days and hasn't slept in a week.
It looks more like Roy the Raccoon than the Fox. But...
And it's a homo.
Hey,
the fag of all foxes.
Man.
Well, I mean,
man.
Leah's brother's gay, so like it runs in the family for her. So it could be it could be in the pets too,
You're not assuming.
and I've got a cousin that's gay too, so we got 3 kids. One of our 3 kids is probably in this, could eventually grow up to, go be involved in that.
You're not off base there. Oh, Connor missed our discussion on the Raw review talking about how you are enlightened with the fact that, or enlightened us with the fact that Finn you think is hiding in the closet.
Yeah, I think Finn Balor's might be in the closet. Might be bisexual.
At least bi.
I can see that.
Like
he's just too perfect.
He plays with Legos. I'm just saying, I don't know.
For some reason, I don't know why this just popped in my head. Hey, Finn, you had a set of 50. I'm counting 49. Where's the 5th one? You just the 50th, and you just look over. Or he's doing the stand thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That's how that hands up gimmick started.
I thought Ronda Rousey already signed with the WWE, but it says in this news thing that Ronda Rousey signing is imminent. But I thought...
Yeah, I thought so too, but apparently she's finalizing her contract now. It's being worked over. And
do you think she'll go to NXT?
I guess maybe, yeah, maybe she will. I wouldn't think so. I think she would train and then, go up and Jesus, I forgot he was still on the line. I figured that she would train and then she would go up to just go up to the main roster. I wouldn't think that she would.
That ideally makes the most sense, but with Shayna Baszler, debuting on NXT soon, I figured maybe they'll have her there, and then they'll move them up and do the 4 versus 4 horsewomen, match. They've alluded to, they showed a bit of that at the women's, tournament. So
the only reason I didn't think she was going to go to NXT was because she was already fucking prominently featured at WrestleMania, So why would you? Because she's obviously bigger than, I don't know. It's a weird scenario. I wouldn't mind either or, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd mind either or either. But it'd be interesting because in NXT, I feel like it would be very raucous in NXT. I don't know, but I can't. I don't know why they would use her in NXT. I don't know. I feel like they would build her up as long as they could go and kind of keep her secret, and then pop her up around WrestleMania time or something.
I mean, they probably will.
Or SummerSlam time or something.
No, they would do WrestleMania because originally they said they were going to do the 4 horsewomen thing at Survivor Series because that's why they had them at the fucking Mae Young Classic and all that. But they said they wanted to wait and they'd rather get the bigger payoff at WrestleMania because of bigger eyes and more money and blah blah blah, which makes sense. I don't think they would wait till SummerSlam. I think they'd pull the trigger at Mania. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of the matches.
Did I get everything here right? Okay, yeah. So, I got everything I wanted here. Let me just see if there's something else. Jake, do you got anything? Because I'm trying to find mine.
No. I mean, we got Clash of Champions coming Sunday. In 2 weeks and the 17th, and
it's bad that I'm in Boston. Then I'm in Boston. I don't want to go to that.
Yeah, no.
I hate that fucking that card sucks.
It's got shit show written all over it.
The tag title match is legitimately the only thing I'm interested in.
But we've seen it so many times in Usos and New Day. I thought they were done facing each other. Now we got, Shelton Benjamin and Gable, so the new American Alpha, and then Rusev and Aiden English. Well, you know that they have no shot. I doubt they're going to send the titles with Gable and Benjamin.
I don't know. You heard Rusev and English's reaction on SmackDown.
Yeah, but they still don't have much faith in Rusev from, recent reports that I've read.
Which is a travesty because
it's an unfortunate scenario, but
fucking if I were them, that's what I would do to get the belt off Usos without having them lose the belts, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, and then the big news coming out of this is that I don't know if you guys have heard this yet, but Shane McMahon, obviously you know this part. Shane McMahon's going to be the special guest ref of the tag match. He announced a stipulation, which didn't sit well with Daniel Bryan. They said that it's Baron Corbin and Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler in the triple threat. We got Flair and Natalya in the Lumberjack, the tag team championship match, and then AJ and Jinder for the WWE championship. And the main event is going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Orton and Nakamura. So Shane said that if Owens and Zayn loses, they're going to be fired from the WWE, not just SmackDown.
Right.
And I guess the point behind this is that now with SmackDown suffering huge viewership decreases, the ratings are down. They lost over 187,000 viewers last week or this week, excuse me. Okay. That's bad. So they're going to have a big heel turn with Shane McMahon turning heel. That's their proposed plan.
What?
Shane McMahon has played the bad guy before. It's just been a very long time. Ever since returning to WWE, McMahon has been seen as an overwhelming babyface. The idea behind all this was to make McMahon push it to a level where he's putting Owens and Zayn in a position of being a sympathetic babyface duo. Shane McMahon will become unhinged, take his anger out even more on the members of the SmackDown Live locker room, only to add weight to the angle. Cage Side Seats notes that the current program will take McMahon overboard in his authoritative antics. He's going to continue to punish Owens and Zayn, which will lead to his heel turn. The real question is, where will the real payoff for the story be?
So okay. Hold on.
What the fuck?
The Shane turning heel thing I could see coming a mile fucking away, but making Owens and Zayn a babyface? Are you fucking
they're trying to
high?
Duo turn there because they feel like it's not working.
Owen's not a goddamn sympathetic babyface. He is fucking not. There's nothing about him that screams sympathetic babyface.
No.
I was saying this on my SmackDown thing where they're obviously setting this up to turn a Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon beef, obviously. Yeah. So and the thing I was trying to rack my head around is, Owens and Zayn are going to win. They're going to win at Clash of Champions. There's
they have to. They're not going to be fired.
Right. So the question is,
if it was fired from SmackDown, then I'd be like, oh, that's written in stone. Because we heard for such a long time that they were going to go to Raw.
Right. And so that was like, well, that means I was actually contemplating that after I watched SmackDown and tried to do the review, was the only thing I could possibly see them doing to have Daniel Bryan, because Daniel Bryan's not going to wrestle. There's no, I don't think he's not wrestling in WWE. So if he's going to do something to involve himself in the match, it has to be involving Shane as the ref. And so I said either he's going to prevent Shane from being the referee, like locking him in the locker room, or his car tires got slashed or some shit like that, something like crazy. Or, and this is the other bold one, is that something's going to happen in the match where Shane gets knocked out and Daniel Bryan throws another referee in and counts the 3 to give them the win.
I thought Daniel Bryan was going to come down and be the referee. That's what I thought.
Ooh.
That could happen as well.
Ooh, I like that one. And then I actually like that one.
And then
I
thought, they would be like, he would do that and ruin the whole thing. Kevin Owens and Zayn win.
But there's no way you're making fucking Owens and Zayn Zayn, yeah, but Owens, he's not a fucking sympathetic babyface.
No, and it was reported recently, too, that the rumor killer on WWE Doctor is clearing Daniel Bryan. Meltzer said as a few days ago, WWE had not cleared him. I wish people would quit reading conspiracies into this. Dr. Joseph Maroon is in charge of WWE Medical. He believes it is not healthy. He is not healthy to wrestle. Many others have similarly not been cleared. Edge, Foley. The doctor, not Vince, will make whatever decision.
Have you seen that RVD is not cleared now? They won't clear RVD.
Yeah, that he wanted to make a return, a comeback as well, and now they're saying he's not cleared to wrestle as well. So,
what do they know? What do they know about head injuries that all these other doctors don't know? What the hell is going on?
Apparently, they're not only psychic, but some form of metahuman that they could see through, see through skin and into the soul. They could also see the future.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Daniel Bryan runs down, he makes it, he takes over and does what needs to be done, as he would say. And then he might even start being like, you're drunk with power, at this point, Shane. That's the type of thing that I'm supposed to be the general manager, and you never let me do that, and you're just doing whatever you want to do. And, he's just going to take that opposition. And is that to get rid of him, to get him off SmackDown, I would assume?
Yeah. I think Daniel Bryan's one of them is going to go off. I think it's Daniel Bryan. I think they're going to write Daniel Bryan off of SmackDown because his contract's up soon anyway. No, it's September, right?
September, yeah, it's a while.
Yeah, September.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe a break or something. I don't fucking know. But actually, I was thinking about this. What would be really ironic is if, let's say that shit all goes down and it leads to a match at WrestleMania where Shane and Daniel Bryan are going to have some sort of match where the winner gets full control of SmackDown. I think that's where it's going to be going. But obviously, since Daniel Bryan can't wrestle, he needs to appoint someone to wrestle on his behalf. And it would be very ironic if he picked Kevin Owens to do that.
Oh,
It would be, but kind of defeats the point and purpose of, since we've already seen that, we saw them in Hell in a Cell. So
True. Very true. We have seen that, but it's different because he's it's a different role reversal where Kevin Owens you can see like Daniel Bryan trying to be the voice of reason and all that, and how ironic would if you're gonna try and turn Kevin Owens babyface. I think that would be probably one of the only ways you would do it. That's a big if.
Why would they turn him babyface at this point?
I don't know. That's the biggest that's the biggest problem I had. Everything else heels. I completely get. Don't they need heels on that show? Who's a heel? I mean, Jinder, Owens, Zayn.
They don't have many.
Corbin. No. If they turn Owens is like one of their top heels. I don't know why they would want to turn him.
Who else? Dolph Ziggler is a heel.
They don't
heels? But they don't have many, so they need him.
Owens fluctuates between the top of the mid card and the bottom of the main card, I guess you could say.
I'm just not a fan of him with Sami Zayn together. Sami's too hyper. I actually like Sami Zayn as a heel, especially where he's still doing the dancing shtick because it pisses people off even more. Yeah, I'm fine with that, but just put it this way, for some reason, them together currently just isn't melding well to me. I'm not buying into it. Friend exactly. Like it. Did
you see the GIF?
It feels all one-sided.
I think I tweeted. I think it was Matthew from Botchamania. It was the funniest thing I've seen with fucking what's his name?
Nelson.
Yes, I was
Simpson.
fucking dying. Did you see that, Joe?
No. What are you talking about? No.
So it's a GIF from an episode of The Simpsons where what's the bully's name again?
Oh,
Nelson.
I know about what you're referencing, but
yeah, where what the other boy's
the
like,
nerdy one.
Yeah, it's like jumping around him, and they play Sami Zayn's music. It's like this is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn coming into the ring. I'm like fucking so accurate. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that's funny. I get it now. Yeah, that's funny. I remember that. That's an older episode. Yeah, dude. I don't know. It's something about them I don't like either. I mean, I do. There's the one side of me that's like, what Zayn's doing is actually amazing because I didn't think he could do this, but it's like this is actually working because I want to wring his neck, like. But at the same time, like I hate him, kind of like actually hate him now, like it's not even. So but maybe that's right. Maybe that's the goal, I guess. But I don't know. Like, it used to be that I hated people. But I don't know when I actually hated Bret Hart. Like there was a time, like I love Bret Hart, but there was a time when I legit hated Bret Hart. I hated those Canadian fans, and I hated Bret Hart back when he was doing the American thing, like your country sucks. Like, dude, I legitimately was in on that. Like, I was like, fuck this guy, fuck your dumb flag, and what the fuck with this Canada shit. Like, and it irritated the shit out of me back in '97. Like, I was enraged and angry. Like, I fucking hated that. And I was like, how can these fans not like Stone Cold? And that made me hate them. Like, I was like, I liked Bret Hart. You know what I mean? I had his glasses and T-shirt years ago. But I was like, man, Stone Cold's the shit. And how could you not see that Bret Hart's like a shithead now? And I'm like, these fans are cheering for him just because he's from Canada? Fuck this place. And I was like angry, dude. So I'm like, I'm criticizing, saying, I actually really don't like Sami Zayn. But again, maybe that, again, is a great thing. That I actually want to choke Sami Zayn. That's awesome. I guess. Right?
Yeah, but Sami Zayn, I don't know. This is just to me. I just don't like them together right now. I feel like it's so one-sided and self-serving only for Sami. I don't know why Kevin would put up with it. Especially when he's abolished their friendship previously.
Yeah, and then Zayn has already seen him turn on Jericho.
Exactly. So it baffles me as to why either man would trust the other.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It was okay when Owens benefited from Zayn's interference at Hell in a Cell, and there was a reason to why he would keep him around. It was important. It caused him to win. But now there's no up. It's just keeping him down. Now he's getting handcuffed to a turnbuckle and getting put in a tag match where he could be fired. And it seems like
let me get rid of Zayn.
Causing him more problems.
Yeah,
they're dragging their knuckles. You can tell they are creatively. They're just dragging their knuckles with this thing until they get to WrestleMania or at least the Rumble.
Yeah, they're really going too slow with this.
They've been doing it since Hell in a Cell. It's like, well, shit, Sammy. I think they turned Sammy heel because realistically, A, they weren't doing anything with him, and B, they did need more heels, like we just said. You leave Sami Zayn alone as a babyface, you really didn't have anything else for him going on SmackDown. And yeah, the pairing of him with Owens does make really not a hell of a lot of sense considering the backstory. And this is the last time we're going to see Sami and Kevin Owens fight. Bullshit. Like that, we've never heard that before. But I think they're just fucking dragging their knuckles at this point just to get to WrestleMania. I don't know if that means Sammy and Kevin again at Mania or what it is, but you can just tell they're just trying to like the writing on SmackDown. You could just very well tell they're just trying to just another week. Just
week to week. Sometimes they're writing segment to segment, not even hour to hour anymore. It feels like, and that's one of my biggest complaints at this current point in time. I look back. And people are like, oh, the Attitude Era. You're looking at it with rose-colored glasses. It's tinted. You're not, thinking clearly. I went back and I picked a few just random Raw episodes, and one of the things that I always noticed that even when it was the Road Dogg feuding with, even when you go down to the lowest of the low card, European Championship match with D'Lo Brown, there was a story.
Yep.
Everybody had a story. Everybody had a purpose. Rarely, it did happen. I'm not saying it didn't, but rarely did you see things thrown together.
Like a match for the sake of a match.
Exactly. Occasionally there would be like a dream feud scenario or something would happen being a byproduct of an injury but for the most part, they knew what they were doing 3 weeks out. Now, it also happened to be because they were recording a lot of shows ahead of time that they had to know, well, if we're taping this Raw and then this one's going to be live, they have to sync up with each other. So we have to know, 3 weeks in advance what's going to happen here because that's going to be recorded ahead of time. Okay, that's all well and good. But nowadays, you don't have any long-term booking. And that's the problem. It shows. That's what makes the product boring and lackluster. And that's the huge issue.
D'Lo. D'Lo, let me tell you, D'Lo. We're going to put a chest protector on you, bro. Bro, you're going to wear this chest protector, D'Lo. You're going to go out there and you're going to sniff Val Venus's penis, D'Lo, okay? Let me tell you, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. And I'm going to go sniff a girl's vagina.
He's on social media now, isn't he?
Val Venus?
D'Lo?
Yeah. No.
Oh, D'Lo?
Russo.
Oh, Russo? Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he's quitting social media altogether. He's only doing Gmail and the brand. That's it. No Twitter, no nothing.
No way. Really?
I shit you not.
Why?
Go check out his Twitter handle.
Because Ryan Satan fucking called him a womanizer or whatever it was?
I think he's just sick of the bullshit, which I don't blame him in some regards, but
yeah, it is all bullshit.
We all got to take a break, but
yeah,
whatever.
Jesus Christ. Check out this, man. I got this fucking speaking of goddamn the brand, I got this shit. Check this out.
Subscribe to the Joe.
Oh, can you hear that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you can't even hear it. Never mind. I had a great cut. All right, well, oh, no, okay, never mind. I thought I unpaused the fucking... There we go. Get the donations paused. So there we go. If you guys want to donate, the link is in the description box down below for the donation link. They'll pop up automatically. And then on the right side, if you want, there's a $ sign on YouTube. You can do the super chat. Either way you want to do it, either way it works. We're live on Twitch and on YouTube. I mean... Dolphin, what's up, man? Thanks for the Patreon. I appreciate that. I just read what you said, and that's cool of me, man. Take your pants off, Dolphin.
Dalla and Turpa, they made great points. The fact that you remember the mid-card storylines and, the fact that Val Venus, choppy, yo, pee, things like that, you hold on to.
Yeah.
The stupid things and the funny things and even the bad stuff, you remember it. It stands out. I don't remember really anything that happened on SmackDown. Granted, I fast-forwarded through it and watched about 6 minutes total. But Raw, I watched all 3 hours. I have to sit here and struggle to think, all right, what happened? How did it open? Oh, it was Roman and Jason. All right, and you have to go back. I watched this episode of Raw 3 weeks ago, and I can recall everything. That's bad. That's I don't know how they don't have the just in hindsight. Yeah, I guess, but they should have the foresight, I should say, to see that they're floundering. Losing 200,000 viewers in a week is not okay. You can't pat yourself on the back for this.
No, but they're not seeing that. I think that's the problem.
I don't understand how they're not grasping that this is a problem.
Because they're the creme de la creme. They're the top of the top of the industry.
It is only them. But I mean, no one wants to watch Clash of Champions.
Can I tell you guys who I'm concerned about?
Who's that?
I'm concerned about Clash of Champions is a joke. I actually don't want to go. No,
I don't either.
Unless I was getting tickets for free, I'm not going to go to that.
My wife was like, "Oh, let me get you tickets to the pay-per-view for Christmas." I'm like, "Don't."
Yeah.
Don't.
Are they $20?
I'd rather go to 205 Live.
Yeah, and that's huge.
That's $5. But right? No, I'm concerned about Dawson and Dash. I'm concerned about the revival because these guys had an awesome run in NXT for a year, and I loved them. I loved their look. I love their entrance music. I love what they do in the ring. I just love what they do, man. I love it. And for them to get the call up and then this injury to happen, if something else happens...
Well, it's 2 injuries, remember?
Yeah, you're right. The other injury, and then they were finally ready to go, and then bam. So, I mean, dude, if something else happens, don't you think there's a real risk to be injured again because of how they've got to be thinking that the minute they wrestle again together, it's like, be careful. They're not
going to be able to live to the level that they were because they're going to be so concerned with hurting themselves.
Well, Dawson, what was it? Dawson was the one who got his wire. It was Dash. Dash had his jaw broken, and then Dawson was the one who had the leg injury or knee injury.
Oh,
bicep. It was way the fuck off.
Yeah, it was like a right shoulder and bicep.
But I mean, the tag team divisions on Raw is getting a little stale, so I think maybe the timing's just right. Jeff's not around. Matt's doing the whole broken thing.
We keep seeing the same matches with Cesaro and shit. It's like there it is again.
So if you put the revival with Shazamus or whatever the hell you want to call him, Cesaro and Sheamus at the bar, you can get some really good shit with them. So yeah, I get your concern and your worry, but at the same time, they come back really strong. They could have some really good matches. Imagine them winning the belts at Mania.
The revival?
Yeah.
That would be great. I mean, Dawson's been out of action since August, right? With the right bicep injury. Mm-hmm. And the report says that he'd be out 4 to 6 months. So Dawson and Dash Wilder, they've been off Raw since. And the last match was on July 24th. And they lost 6 straight, or who was it? Yeah, Dash lost 6 straight matches on Main Event in September and October. Then he lost to Dustin Rhodes at Starrcade. So it's like you've got a lot to overcome. But right here, the report says the revival should be back in action before the Rumble.
Okay.
Right. So you give them enough build. I mean,
this is PW Insider reporting this too. So
what's going to happen next Monday with Matt Hardy and the Hardys? I mean, with Matt Hardy rather. I mean, do you think
we're going to see in-house promo? He's going to be at the arena, and I think him and Bray are going to go face to face. I don't think we'll see a match or anything, but I think we'll see them go face-to-face, and it's going to start building up the mythos and universe of the Woken Matt Hardy. They'll start adding the Vanguard and maybe, things like that. So
I would love to see Bray cut a promo in that dark neutral space that he always cuts a promo from, and then just Matt slowly sneak up behind him with this big grin, and then and then he goes, ha, and he just runs off. Yes, and just that's it. Nothing fucking else.
That would be weird.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll do that. That's funny, but
it just felt like that's all we get for this week. That's all we need. Moving on.
Oh my god, no! Honestly, what they did the other night was just thank God they did that because I was ready to rage. So that was great what they did. But I'm hoping that in a 3-hour show eventually, especially this week coming up, that they really, we get him in the ring and everything, and like you said, him and Bray Wyatt. I mean, it'd be nice, but again, it seems like they're really building towards When's the next pay-per-view? Because I'm looking at the Chicago Raw. That's the thing that I said in my mind is that Chicago Raw.
So there's no Raw pay-per-view until Rumble.
Yeah, that's
and then then Raw gets Chamber in February, and then SmackDown gets Fastlane in March. Because Mania is a little late this year.
So,
it's like the second week of April.
So Wyatt and Hardy have the potential to have matches on Raw, or have the match on Raw, have them meet next week, then have them have a match the week after that, or even prolonging that even more.
Yeah, I don't think they'll have a match for 3 weeks from now. So it'll pass Christmas. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. Or I think the match would be in Chicago. I really would think it would happen in Chicago at that Raw.
Isn't that when they're for Christmas?
Yeah, for Christmas.
Chicago?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that the third week, yeah.
For Christmas, I have brought you a deletion. For Christmas.
Because I think if Matt was complaining that he was going to be away from his family for Christmas, or Rebby was, right? She was saying so at least give them a reason to be away. I think
so. They won't even be in Chicago. You think Matt won't be in Chicago?
I think
that he's going to be there. I think they already signed up for it. I think they had to.
That's the beauty of the gimmick.
I think he's less mad now. I think he'll show up on Christmas Day to do as long as he's doing the gimmick. But him not in the gimmick, I think would have made him mad when they did. And they were right. And at the time, it was like, oh, can't do the gimmick, and you got to be at Raw on the day of Christmas with your family. But another thing I'll say is, so I think they're going to meet that day. There's going to be something that they do on Christmas Day night. And
I think that's going to be something they build up to for Christmas to get people to tune in, because everybody's so hyped and not a lot of people are going to be watching on Christmas. I think that they're going to use Matt. That's why I think they won't have a match till then. I think they're going to be in the ring this week face to face, and that's when we'll get maybe a Vanguard 1 thing, or maybe we'll get some type of allusion to it, and to really build up because the people that don't know about Broken Matt, they're gonna explain a little bit more of the mythos, the backstory, the universe of because he's saying, oh, the 7 deities and how I've had this vessel, his body's been around for centuries, and so they're gonna try and delve into this a bit more. So I think we might even get a backstage promo or segment and see Matt. I
want to see Senior Benjamin again. God damn it!
I really think that the Rumble's going to be the deletion. I think they're going to do a deletion at the Rumble. You know what I mean?
I think they might do something major at the Rumble and have, because the Rumble they could do a deletion, and that would be okay to not have the match in the ring if they did something pre-taped or
But what if they did the deletion
the House
during
of
the
Horrors
Rumble?
thing?
What?
That's
during the Rumble?
What if they did the deletion during the Rumble?
The 30-man Rumble, you mean?
Matt and Bray are in the Rumble. They both go out the ring, but they go under the ropes because remember, you can't get eliminated unless you go over the top. They go out and do their thing. It gets a cut feed of back and forth between the Rumble match and what the fuck's going on, the deletion.
Hopefully better than that Bray Wyatt Randy Orton shit they did.
That House of Horrors match.
And then they circle back and finish the Rumble.
I would say that that's a good idea, but I think the WWE won't want to take away from the Rumble. So I think
it'd be too much chaos, because even when they do that kind of stuff on the outside of the match, it takes away from the Rumble. Like when they had Roman getting put through the table and stuff.
Guys, we're going live for bonus talk on Twitch. We're leaving YouTube. It's a pretty calm night tonight. It's 1 a.m. We started the show late. This whole show was fucked up, and apparently it's just, I can tell, is a bad thing. So we're going to go live on Twitch. The YouTube feed's going to go down. We're going to go into bonus overtime here on Twitch. Hopefully the fucking link I'm sending you guys is working. So go over to Twitch right now if you want to watch the bonus talk. And then I'll be recording my bonus shit for Patreon tonight. So thank you, everybody on YouTube, guys. We'll see you next week for Outta Nowhere on Wednesday next week. And that will be... we'll still be here. Same thing as next week, because we won't be able to go live on JCS until the week after that. But yeah, we'll be live on Twitch. Come hang out. We're not done yet on Twitch.
Go to Twitch. Go to Twitch.
Good night, everybody. Connor from OKFabe. Go sub him on YouTube. YouTube.com/OKFaber. Then, of course, Jake DeMarco. Hit him up on Twitter at CountdownEnded. And you're good, bro. You're good to go, bro. Vince Russo's leaving he's leaving Twitter, bro. Oh, well, the SJW one. It was Ryan Satin telling him his daughter sucks and everything. That made Vince Russo leave.
That's what sent him over the edge.
All right, guys. We'll see you on Twitch. All right. So we are off YouTube now. Live only on Twitch for a few more minutes here with you guys. as we wrap it up. Anything you guys want to talk about? Last thing for you guys before we go to the people?
As far as wrestling, no. I mean, we pretty much covered the gambit of. Oh, Dolph Ziggler said that he's frustrated with the company. He's losing credibility, and he's just. He had a good quote. He's like, look at the tower of failed gimmicks. In the box that he's had, he said, I see it both ways. I'm not a giant guy, so maybe it's my other world. I could have worked in WWE for a year and a half as a caddy and a cheerleader, then went away. But I see the positives. I've been here for 12 years, almost regularly on TV. So he's thankful for that. But he's like, I'm close to 40, and 40-year-old guy is going, I know what's going to happen, and he doesn't want to fizzle out and then not be able to work. So he wants to get out while he can.
He's been frustrated for like at least 2 years, though, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so
you think back to when he cashed in, he had that fucking enormous pop. The world was at his feet.
It's a great one.
It's just. And what are they doing with the fucking Riot Squad? That's something we didn't discuss. I didn't care for them on SmackDown at all.
No, they
no
suck.
earthly idea.
Sarah sounds like a goddamn hillbilly on meth. Like
I actually like Sarah.
Sarah wasn't very good on the mic. She botched on the mic. It was weird.
Do you hunt game? Do you eat game meat? Do you, boy? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she sounds like an 80-year-old grandmother talking to people.
Back in my day, we kind of switch. The one thing I wanted to throw out to you guys was, would you want to see NXT on USA?
Yeah, I mean
regularly.
It wouldn't hurt. It would get more eyes on the product.
It would. I'd probably do a review again on it if they did, but it's tape still. I want to see the takeovers on USA. That's what would be cool. Imagine
they could.
You know what they should do is, I think they should add a third thing. I think they should have their weekly tape show, but if they're gonna go on USA Network, again, they should have some kind of special live event or something. But I don't know. I think everything should be live, but that's just how I am, because a lot of times I watch NXT and it's like they start the show and then it's commercial, then a match happens, then commercial, a match, commercial in the middle of the match, commercials, and there's 2 or 3 things that happen. And it's
usually it's the intro that builds to the main event, and there's 2 matches in the main event.
Yeah,
sometimes there's only 2 matches, and then there's a promo to start and in the middle.
Which sometimes it's easier to consume, but yeah, no, I get
is.
your point.
Yeah, but you end up losing a lot more time than progressing anything. That's why it takes so long to build to a takeover. It takes 3 months because excluding whoever is the title holders, besides them, everybody else has a very slow progression and build.
And even the other lower card takeover matches sometimes aren't built that well. I mean, Lars Sullivan and Ono wasn't really built to anything. I mean, obviously Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black was something different. The only reason I'm asking is because obviously we're going to get it next week for WWE week, and apparently it's going to be a trial run. So if NXT does good numbers, they might consider making it on USA regularly.
Yeah, I think it will. Anyways, because they got Tribute to the Troops next week as well, right?
Right.
So that's Thursday.
I like that they're doing this one. I definitely like that. I don't know if I'll like it regularly, but I like that they're doing it this time. But goddamn, the shows that we have to cover, it's out of control.
It sucks.
I'll take it though. You know what I mean? When we go live, we get more viewers. When we do reviews on these big shows, you get more subs. You get more subs. You get more commercials. You get more ads. You get more money. People donate. I get more money when people donate. So there's more pay-per-views. That's pretty cool. Go for it, I guess. So I'm maybe making things worse myself by wanting more because I'm selfish, because I want to make sure that we're funded. So I don't know.
Nothing wrong with that.
I would like to
see, boat with you.
Instead of 205 Live, I wish they would incorporate that directly into Raw, give them a little bit more time, and have the women have their own show. I think that then we'd be able to not have just one match on a Raw, one match on a SmackDown. I think they would able to have women's tag teams, women. They'd be able to dedicate full on storylines, progression, all of it towards the women. I think that would be a huge step forward.
I'm never against that, but there needs to be depth in the division.
I think there very well could be. I mean,
there could be, but I don't think right now. I mean, Raw's women's division is, I think, more deeper than SmackDown's.
Only with the addition of Absolution.
Right. And then even SmackDown's, even with the Riot Squad, still But I'm all for shows exclusively showing like divisions and giving them another platform, as long as they fucking have the depth behind them. Like I feel like
says that's why there's Total Divas, Connor. Don't forget. So.
See, I think Charlotte's an 8, and like the other women on SmackDown are all like 6 and 7s. But
that's a huge problem.
But on Raw, they've got a lot of 8s and 7. They've got Asuka and Paige and Sasha. They've got a lot of stars. Alexa Bliss now, even though Alexa, wrestling wise isn't up there, I don't think, with the other girls. But when she does get in there, it's somewhat entertaining. I would say Alexa, most of her wrestling isn't the best. I do like her finisher and some of her moves that are like her key moves. I like those, but on SmackDown, it's like you got a jumble of just sort of 7s. What is like Becky right behind Charlotte? I mean, and even you have to say, even if you don't like her, Natalya, is one of the better wrestlers there too. If not right there with Charlotte, right below Charlotte or right near Charlotte. I find Charlotte way more entertaining than Natty, but
oh, absolutely,
agreed.
I'd honestly tie Becky and Charlotte in my book, but
yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. But I mean,
as far as wrestling ability, in my own
even
she hasn't been showcased that way. That's
yeah,
for sure.
I will say
she has.
In NXT, maybe you could have said that, but what I've seen of Becky on the main roster, yeah, she's definitely a step behind Charlotte. But whether that's because of what they're doing, I know she's capable of more than what she's given us. I know that
they're all capable of more.
Yeah, he said that's the problem. That's the problem. Every wrestler. Everybody's capable of more, even if they're not that good. They're still all capable of more, and every booking is capable of more. Every writer is capable of more. Every
the
storyline
shit I took this
more.
morning had more gusto than the fucking women on the mic on SmackDown.
Yeah, it's awful.
I mean, my God, a wet fart
Was it
sounded
game
better than
meat?
Natalya. Pretty much. I mean, my God.
It makes you wonder, why don't you do what you did in the Attitude Era, but in a PG environment? Why can't you make the show good PG? Like, it's not good PG. That's the problem. That's the impressive thing usually, when you're able to do PG really well. That's the same thing with a comedian. When a comedian goes up there and makes people die laughing, and he doesn't say cunt, bitch, and fag, you know what I mean? Like, and you're like, wow, like... Because I do that when I see a comedian and he doesn't swear and I'm laughing at him. I'm like, this guy's good because, he's not using these swears and these things to get me to laugh. While I do,
the crutch.
I enjoy that, but yeah, it's like, wow, this guy's kind of impressive being able to do this. So
exactly. But as soon as you bring up that PG versus non-PG argument, people immediately assume that you want bra and panties matches back and you want just the blood and the swearing. The blood would be nice, but blood aside. I don't want to see the women. Well, I wouldn't mind, but I don't need to see the women stripped down in bra and panties matches to go ahead. But why can't they have the stories that they did back then? That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah. Why can't they just not be so scripted that this sucks ass every week?
Exactly.
You're never gonna get an audience to tune in that's, in their teens. You're gonna see some teenagers turn this on and be like, this is gay. Like that.
People were not just watching for the sexual stuff. They weren't just watching for the tits and ass. There was so much more to wrestling. It was cool, not because girls came out half naked. That was a part of it, but it wasn't a big part of it.
Yeah, that was like the and a little extra.
That was like
sparkle
the icing on top, but
Yeah.
no one was coming to watch,
So you think
Tori Wilson stripped down and they were coming to see Stone Cold and The Rock and see what happened week to week. That was just an added bonus. But then the women's wrestling got better and we had Trish and Lita and we're like, fuck yeah, this is great. We don't need Trish barking like a dog and coming out in a swimsuit. We want to see her and Lita tear it up and be the main event on Raw.
Someone said it's not also just the PG thing, but the fact that everything is so fucking overproduced.
Yes.
Between scripts, not just the scripts, but like having, the agents, back in the Attitude Era. One of the other reasons this was so successful is because there was not such like stern cut and fucking dry exactly what you need to do. The referees had earpieces, and they said back in the day that those were only to tell the referees when to go home. You know, and now they're telling them spots, slow the pace down, do this, do that, do that. They're literally nitpicking the match.
Yeah, which ruins everything.
And apparently they also do that in the goddamn fucking house shows. It's like, are you fucking what?
Yeah, like what the hell?
Like, come on. And I think that's another major part of it too, is that everything is
That's
so
insane at a house show. And
yeah, I
dude,
shit you not.
You could have the wrestlers could be thinking to themselves like, hey, we got him, or hey, like this ain't going so well, let's do this, let's do that. And then right as they start talking to themselves, the referee goes, hey, go home. And like, oh my God, like we were just gonna do about a minute or 2 minutes of spots to like try to get. We did all this to get to something, to get the crowd to get whatever. Oh, now we can't do that. Like what? Oh fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like
But
what
in
the
fucking
hell?
house shows, stupid.
And in house shows, that's so
Yeah,
messed up.
I
And you
shit
know
you
what?
not.
And you know what happens then? You get an agent who's running the show in the
Mm-hmm.
back who thinks he's a hot shot now, and he starts calling shit. And oh
Yeah.
my Christ, like I can't even believe that. I can't believe that, man. That is
mean,
fucking crazy.
Most of the agents are former wrestlers, which in some ways gives them, I think, some credentials. But at the same
Yeah.
time, you can't. That's like telling them how to do the match.
You're right.
You can't tell a wrestler how to do a match from start to finish, hold for hold, move for move, point for point.
Well,
Fuck that shit.
and that's hard to remember all that, but it still might be easier. It's probably harder because like they're thinking they're doing something, and the next thing they're telling them no, like don't now do this, and that could, like I said, it interferes with the whole flow. I can't imagine being micromanaged. Like no wonder this stuff sucks. And I forgot about this because you're right. This news report came out months ago.
Yeah, this is a while back.
You're being micromanaged like crazy.
So that's why I think that's again to another fuel to the fire in terms of why NXT is so successful, because I think maybe not Triple H, but someone has said straightforward, like, we're not giving specifics, we're giving fucking bullet points, and letting them like figure shit out, and letting them like kind of like it was back in the good old days, and why. Yeah, I can't fucking imagine. And I'm just looking at Jake having this biggest fucking grin on his
I
face.
just have to tell you guys that we're number two. we're number 2 in talk shows. On Twitch right now. For viewership. But I'm just trying to figure out who looks worse in the thumbnail preview.
Oh, I think we know the answer to that one.
I mean, Connor.
Holy shit! I look like I'm on coke.
It froze our thumbnail on you looking like that.
Why is it every fucking time?
Well,
But don't worry because
your
you're keeping up with this guy who's number 4.
Hold on, I need to see if I can match that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. This is
Is he alive? He looks fucking purple.
Yeah.
Yo,
he looks like a weekend at Bernie's.
this guy might be
Yo,
dying.
That guy.
He looks like the fucking Raisinets. The dancing Raisinets from the commercials. That's what he fucking Dude, the nose, the lips, everything. He looks like a fucking Raisinette.
Oh my God, no!
You're looking at them. Like the cartoon ones, the talking
ones
raisins.
that fit the
Oh
second.
yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I'm fucking dead.
California raisins.
I was dying laughing because Blake, was telling me about Justin losing his Twitter, and then he said, "That's it, I'm done with the internet." Just when I thought I'd seen it all, and he sent me some fart fetish porn. So I just.
Oh my God.
Wait, I think just gonna.
Oh, there we go.
That's him.
That's the California raisin.
Man, it is so weird. This is the type of stuff we compete with on talk shows on
I guess
Twitch.
so. Cause
This is why we're all on a talk show, because everybody looks like shit.
That's me 24/7. But
you know what?
At least
Fuck
I'm
it,
not
though.
a California raisin.
All I know is we're beating this guy, who looks like he's
Just
pretty
looking at his
professional.
dick.
Yeah.
Medic Lucky, I heard it through the grapevine.
This guy's looking at his cock.
Remember those commercials?
Yeah,
Is
that's
it
the
still
one.
working?
That's the song.
Wake up!
My cock has been woken.
What are you looking at?
Where is my dick? I lost it. Oh my
I haven't
God.
seen
line.
it. I misplaced
my
my
line.
dick.
That is so funny. I'm glad we're beating almost everybody. We're losing to this. First, we're losing to some Asian show from, I don't know, Japan.
We're doing better than the California raisins. I think we're all right.
Look at this, though. Like,
they're breaking down the triumph and tribulation of their great leader.
What is this? Like, what are these guys talking about?
The guy in the middle is pissed. I don't know what they're talking about, but the guy in the middle there was bullshit. He had the crossed arms.
Yeah, he's all pissed off.
Let's see what they're saying.
Kim Jong-un is better.
그러니까 저희 대회도 처음에 왜
Okay, he said
처음에
Toyota.
왜
He said
유명한을
Toyota.
안 하냐면 얘기를 들어보면
Mitsubishi.
근데 적기 잘하는 친구들이 가질 않으니까
I think
우리가
they're talking
거기
about
낄
the
필요가
difference
없다.
between
실력 항상
snowmen.
보면 안 되니까 그래서 안 나왔다고 했었거든요.
This guy's on
women.
drugs right here. This is Asian Harry Potter right here.
He's barely holding it together.
This guy's 3 seconds away from sucking off Gandalf.
Avada Kedavra.
그렇죠.
Boom!
이슈라도 관심 자체를 원하죠. 관심 자체를.
Somebody needs to walk out with a plate
Wow.
of hot pockets.
Oh, expecto patrona.
I think it is so bad. This guy's shirt says dick.
Dickies.
Dickies.
No, Dickies.
Dickies.
됐습니다.
Dicky.
디트로이트 비컴 휴먼에 대해서.
What the fuck is
저번에 영상가
this?
나왔을 때 이제
How do you cut his hair in the dark?
그 가족들 간의 이제 문제.
What is this?
아빠가 뭐 아이를 때린다거나
Wait.
How do you
The
read
red
this?
person's just an Elvin the Tall or something? What the
아동학대라는
fuck?
또 주제는 다르면 안
It's a
된다.
Korean talk show.
말을 한 것 같아요. 근데 이것
I love how
때문에
this is
논란이 좀
like,
됐어요.
originally started as a wrestling show. Now we're just fucking on everyone else's.
Yeah, no, we're just
완전
fucking with
헐리
people.
헐리우드도
Talk show.
보면은
It was
영화의
great.
암묵적인
Dry
모습이
human,
게
okay.
어린아이가
Camouflage as
죽는다거나
opposed to
여자가
camouflage.
죽는다라는 건 거의 안 나와요.
How did they get so many
웬만하면 안 나오게
microphones?
헐리우드 영화에서. 그런 약간 룰 같은
How did they get so many micro? Why does this guy have the
Dickies,
smallest
학대를
drink
피해자라고
ever?
하니까 뭐 이렇게 하지 않았을까?
This guy has the smallest drink ever.
마블도
It's the fucking kid like juicies that you get from like the dollar store.
Yeah, but it's really tiny. Why'd he bring it on the show? Why didn't you bring a bigger drink to have? What is that? Why does he have that so small drink?
Why does he have a ring on his pointer finger?
Yeah, right. And this guy, like, what is going on here? And is this a pizza or something? What?
No, it's a
What is that?
it's a cookbook for cookies. What?
That's so weird. Yeah, how to cook a cookie.
I was trying to find it. My buddy
weird.
Josh sends me all these like stupid Facebook, videos and the damn comedy channels. He sent me one the other day, and it's just the dumbest thing. But it's like, what has two wings and a halo?
Wow.
A Korean telephone. Wing wing. Hello.
Oh my God.
It's
Is this like South Korea right here?
Did you see the thing I
Are
posted?
they in Seoul?
I posted on my Facebook is these guys doing just puns in a grocery store. Did you see that?
No.
But
It's pretty fucking. I love stupid shit like that.
People are in the chat writing Joe Cronin, choppy your pee pee. Oh no.
Wait, they're jumping on their.
They're jumping on their chat writing Joe Cronin, choppy your pee pee.
oh Jesus! Would you
Oh my
start?
God. That's terrible. What is happening now?
It's
What is
just
this?
I think
EA
we-
Joe
Sports?
Cronin Show. Look at that. They're like, what?
You drive a car! You will drive a car into a fucking wall!
Let's a player.
Play over.
Oh, you race up for the dickies.
You have selected player 2. Drive so dumb.
Press start to begin the journey.
You are
Players
one of
hurry
3
up, Aura.
competitors. You choose a blue car.
No, it's brew.
You like a brew car.
You like a brew car.
템전이 있다고.
You drive. Oh, look out the fuck! Alright, we have fucking gone off the rails here at this point. Sorry to those South Korean people. that
We
we're
apologize in
making
advance,
fun of.
but why do Koreans hate basketball? Because they spend all day making them. It's like
Yeah. Fuck these things. Brukaki.
Brukaki.
We're
So
such
good.
dickheads, man. What the
I was just
fuck?
laughing because I saw the car going out of control. I'm like, yeah, that's how they drive.
Oh, no.
with the blinker on.
Oh my God.
Wear brinker on car. That's a race car. Wear brinker.
No, I
on
do
car.
speed limit. You move. You move.
Let me see if anybody else is in the chat. Somebody went in there and said, "Suck Joe Cronin's dick." Oh my God, I'm so
I'm
fucking
so fucking
horny,
horny.
Joe Cronin. Oh my God,
Oh, this is
so wrong now.
this is great.
Yo, is that a swastika?
Joe Cronin.
All of their words look like Nazi flags. Like, I'm sorry, like I don't know.
I love how that's the only
I had
thing in
my
English.
so fucking horny lights ready to go too, and we never got it.
Sub to Cronin.
That's right. I was waiting for it. I had the blinking Christmas
Oh my God.
butt plug.
They're just like Ro Crona.
Who is Ro Cronin? I not know Ro.
This guy.
Hello, how is you?
Oh no,
Oh God,
this is so bad.
Ro.
That kid
That guy
just
looks
said
like he's in the Asian One Direction.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I first came in here. I was like, is this their boy band or something? Is that what this is? Like a boy band plays video games or something?
Hello.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking horny. People are writing stuff.
Indeed.
I'm laughing because it looks like he's reading the chat and he's like not impressed.
Joe Cronin here to raid you. I'm not even raiding. We're just looking
They
at
speak
this.
English as well as
Arigato,
they are not happy.
Oh no! Wait, does that mean? Does that mean hello suicide? What the fuck?
Oh, he likes that now. Oh my!
Is it a rave going on in your house, Jake? What the fuck is behind you?
It's my so fucking horny butt plug.
You know, it'd be awesome if some guy just broke your window and tried to break into your house right now. Like, and we caught it on stream.
And he'd turn around scared.
This is why I'm leaving social media, bro. I gotta get out of here, bro. I've had enough. All right.
So funny.
Jesus Christ.
He's still not impressed. Harry Potter, is that you?
He's reading the
Cronin.
chat. He speaks, English and Korean. And he's just not happy.
Oh my freaking lord!
Imagine
Look
they
at that
started
face.
saying my name.
That
Like,
is a face that a father would be absolutely disappointed in. You bring him much shame.
You a doctor yet?
I will tell you, I'm not going to joke about this. If you put a wig on this guy, I mean, I don't know how old he is, but if you put a wig on him, you can make him a girl, like, easily. You put a wig on this guy, forget about it. You
he,
can,
look, he looks like Harry Potter there.
all of them do. Turba, thanks
No,
for the
but
sub,
he's the
man.
worst.
Oh my god! Oh no! Somebody wrote something. We'll kill your look. At somebody wrote Joe Cronin will kill your leader Kim Jong Il.
Oh no, don't do that. You gotta
What
take
the
him down.
fuck, dude? This is South Korea. They're not in North Korea.
Yeah, they wouldn't be online.
So
They
they're
wouldn't be
probably happy
online
now.
right
That's
now.
a positive
That's
compliment.
a positive. They're like, hey.
Yeah, they're like, what? I hate that guy. They're thinking like we hate him. We don't like Kim Jong Il.
That's why he smiled.
Oh my god! All right, we gotta get the fuck out of here. This has gone way off the rails. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next week. I'll see you Friday night for Monetize This, and I got some stuff I gotta produce for you tomorrow. And hey, it's a
They
shit
no
bum.
good. I boss and they break law.
Oh god!
Beware SWAT.
Oh my god! Kim Jong Un says they no good. I boss and they break law. Beware SWAT. Oh god! Kim Jong Un. Thank you for the $5, Kim Jong Un. That's terrible. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Over 50 million views. Who cares? You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show.
Make sure you guys follow Connor from OKFabe on his YouTube channel, youtube.com/OKFaber, and on Twitter at OKFabe, and Jake DeMarco at Countdown Ended. And now we're actually done. Goodbye. I'm gonna go, see if I can sodomize myself. I'm gonna lobotomize.
You drive very fast
You drive very fast.
in your brew car.
You drive fast for a faggot.
Over 50 million views. Who cares? You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show.